الآن يمكنكم المشاركة في مبادرة الأيام الرقمية تحت شعار انطلق بقوة مع جوجل، والتي يتناول فيها خبراء جوجل عناوين جديدة أسبوعيا مثل السحابيات، مهارات من جوجل، أندرويد، فلتر، ذكاء الآلة، فايربيس، ديزاين ثينكينج، مقسمة إلى دورات وورشات عمل يومية بالإضافة إلى مسابقات أسبوعية. شاهد الأيام الرقمية مباشرة على اليوتيوب وشارك رأيك وأسئلتك مع خبراء جوجل، واحصل على شهادة حضور في كل محاضرة تشترك فيها. هذا وأكثر من الأحد إلى الخميس ابتداء من الساعة 9 بتوقيت دبي عبر الرابط المبين youtube.com/gdgmena.
Hello everyone, hope everyone going fine. And before starting, we just want to thank everyone who are doing this good conferences these days. Okay, it's been more than a year right now, but something good that happening here in our MENA region, which is a lot of conferences, courses, workshops about IT, about career development, cloud, G Suite, and a lot of fields. And here we can say thank you to the people who are responsible on this. Many GDGs are a part of this. Mr. Salim are a part, Omran, and many others. I will thank all the team for the MENA Digital Days. What's MENA Digital Days? First, it's some courses. Maybe you can say it's live videos or live sessions that can happen every day from Sunday to Tuesday. Okay, last year it was a bit it was a bit not really same thing like this year, but this year I can see it more amazing. And anyone who participate will get certificate from Google. To get the certificate, after watching this video, go to this link, and the link will be shared in the comments too. Okay, this is the link. So before starting, we're gonna talk a bit about public speaking, which Dirish said is the art of giving power to words in order to influence, inspire, and transform lives. Maybe you can say transform informations or some other definitions. There are a lot of definitions for public speaking, but this is not a definition. We're not going to start with definition. We want to start just with one thing about public speaking. You know, when they go and ask 30,000 people about what the biggest fear, you know, the biggest fear is not death. In some researches, death comes in the second place. Okay, in this research is another one. But in some research, death comes in the second. But what was the first? The first being always speaking in public. We can say here that 41% of people, their first fear is speaking in public. And from this, one scientist went and tried to investigate, then they give it a name, which is glossophobia. What's glossophobia? Or what's the gloss? The gloss is the tongue. And for this, they said glossophobia. These people can't talk in public. And for this, we take the decision to help some people to go and talk in public by this little conference about how to master presentation skills. And of course, to master presentation skills, you need to get out or to delete all the stress, anxiety inside you, for you can go to stage and talk to people. Today, we're going to talk about why presentation skills, why it's important, and why a lot of people are looking for it, why some go and pay so expensive courses, and we're going to talk about some other things. Then we will go directly to stress and anxiety. In many courses and conferences, you're going to find stress and anxiety in the end, but I tried to put it in the first for you can understand what's coming after it. Then we'll go to the preparation, how to prepare the presentation and how to present it. Then we will go to the body language, which is not really important right now because most of sessions or most of things are going online. It's an opportunity to a lot of persons to go and speak in public because no one can see their body language. No one can know if they're stressed or no. Only some people who can show that. Then after this, we're not going to stop here because after all that, the question that will come to the mind of any one of you is what next? Okay, I know how to delete this stress, anxiety. I get the informations about how to prepare myself. I know a bit about body language, but what's next? What after all that? Where should we go? That's what we're gonna talk about today. Why presentation skills? Why presentation skills? George Turok, in one of his articles, he said and he wrote some stuffs that can answer this question: why presentation skills? First thing is individual success. We okay. First thing is individual success for yourself, of course. For yourself, it's something good to go and speak in public. It's good to go and do some speaking engagement with people. Maybe in events, you can present something to people. It will really help you. And it will help your business too if you have a business. It's something very, very good and very helpful in your business success. And the third thing is something that we say stress reduction. It's something that can up my stress level. I go and speak in public, I'd be very, very stressed. And it's not. It's not at all. And it's not here, the stress reduction that we are talking about. Stress reduction is when you have a team, for example, and this team can't work or they are not performant by your speaking engagement, by your public speaking skills, you can regroup them again and talk to them to reduce that stress. And by reducing the stress, of course, you will gain time, you will gain effort, and in the end, you will gain money. For this, we can say it's something for time management. And for leadership, of course, you know and you already know that all the good leaders was good speakers. Even who are not, they try to learn public speaking. And second thing is the public image and opinion. Is how people gonna think about you, and that's what makes people fear of speaking in front of public. It's because they said, what people gonna think about me? What X or Y or Z gonna say about me when they hear me speaking? And for this, a lot of people get stressed when they try to speak in public. Some stressed, some anxious, some can have both. Okay? But just let me tell you that you're not the only person who is stressed in the world, because 75% of people are fair to speak in public. If we talk about the first research that I showed, it said what's the first fear at these people is to speak in public. But it's not their only fear. It's the same thing with other fears, but 75% of people fear of speaking in public, and the other 25% was fearing when they start, was feeling stressed, was feeling anxious, wasn't able to speak in public before they start. But there was first day and there was first step before they started. And if we go and say why people feeling anxious, why people feeling stressed, why people don't like speaking in front of public, the first thing is their old experiences. Someone who said, I went and speak in public for my first time, but the first time was very, very bad. So that's one experience. He said, I'm not going to go on stage again. Others had maybe a bit more of courage, and they went for the second and the third time, and all the three times was bad. He said, I'm not going to go on stage again. But what he don't know is his second time was better than his first time, and his third time was better than his first time, because it's something that progress. It's like sport. If you go to the gym for the first day, you're not going to lift like someone who lift, maybe someone who have 5 years. You're not going to lift like him. But you, after 5 years, you will lift like the person who have 5 years in the gym. It's something that going in progress. It's something that needs practice. So don't focus on your old experiences. Don't say, last month I went on the stage, last year I went to the stage and it was very bad. Don't focus about this. So this is the first thing that makes people fear of speaking in public. Second is what I was saying, and what Dale Carnegie said here. It's about preparation. Why some people do bad talks and others do good talks. Like Dale Carnegie said, only prepared speakers deserves to be confident. Self-confidence comes from the skills you have, comes from the informations you have, comes from what you are prepared for this. Why sometimes you can see in an interview someone who is very stressed and another one who feel calm. Why? Because this person, he never did an interview, or he did 3 interviews if you go to the past experiences, and he failed in all the 3. The person in the other side, maybe he was working at a company before. He did many interviews and been accepted before. Of course, he will feel confident because he's prepared. Or we can have a third one who is his first time, but he will feel confident because he taken all the informations he needs. Same thing about public speaking. If you prepared good, if you have the full information, of course you will be and feel confident. And that's the point. Self-confidence comes from the informations and the skill and how much you are prepared. So don't say I'm not going to prepare, or preparation is nothing. It's the more important thing. If you're not prepared, you're not going to do it well, and you're not going to feel confident at all. Thing after it is fearing of the public reaction. For this, we can see some people, and I was one of them for many years, from 2011 till 2018. I was fear of looking in people's eyes, to do the eye contact. Why? Because I don't want to see the reaction. I was doing some comedy stuffs, and you know what was making me crazy is like I have some points that people needs to laugh at this point exactly. So I can't see, or I can't look in the people's eyes. But what I do is I say it and I just listen. Did they laugh? No. Did they laugh? No. It was like something like this, because of course you will care about people reaction, especially in your first days or your first years that you are doing public speaking. You can see the reaction. And what we are seeing now, we said the online, it's a big opportunity. We can see that people can't react with us when I'm in a live session. I can't see any reaction of one of you. I can't see your reaction right now. I can't know how you are feeling right now. That can make me less stressful, or maybe more stressful in other times, because me, someone who are, I would say, use it to see the people reaction. But some people are not used, and some people are aware of that. So this is an opportunity for you. I'm going to talk about that in the next later. And before going to the last thing, we have the over exception. What's the over exception? Don't wait that all the people will love your talk. Okay, some people will say, okay, I have this talk, I have the paper here, I'm going to prepare very, very well, and all the people will love my talk. Not all the people will love your talk. Don't wait for it. Not all the people gonna understand what you're saying. Not all the people gonna get your message, because what's public speaking in real, it's message. It's something between the sender and the receiver. The receiver is the public and the sender is you. When you send your message, don't wait that everyone will understand it in the same way. Anyone will understand it in his special way. Anyone will understand it basing on his background, basing on what he think about life, basing on his goals. Everyone and anyone will understand it with a different way. So don't wait, but people will understand you the same way you want. And don't care about this. Okay, what you need to care about is sending your message the right way, where most of people will understand it with the way you want. And don't over accept. Don't over accept. Always prepare for the bad thing. And last thing here we have is negativity and self-criticism. And that's what make most of people can't go to stage, because they think they are not able to do this. They're not able to speak in public. They're not able to go on stage and send his message. This is what makes a lot of people anxious and stressed. And you can find more details in a course from, okay, it's Arabic course from Iraq, and it's from this course that I took some points. And now let's go a bit different to talk about stress and anxiety. I'm gonna talk about Messi. Messi is not a public speaker. He's not someone maybe who have a relationship with public speaking, but he's a football player, a very, very big football player who have very big level. He's professional. He don't care about what the public say when he's inside the stadium, when he's playing. He don't care about that. But unfortunately, he never gets something with his country, which is Argentina. And why? Some people went and did this research. They don't just sit on the chairs and say, oh, why Messi never have a trophy with her country? Because of the stress. Can you imagine that a big player like this player who can play in front of thousands can get stressed with his country? Yes, Messi. Because in Argentina, what stressed him is not football. What stressed him because people touch him inside his personality, because people insult him inside his personality, and that's what makes his level going down. That's what stress do to you. That's what stress can do to you, because you go and overthink and think what people gonna think about me, what people gonna say when I say this, what people don't gonna say when I say this. Overthinking and stress can make you doing bad, very, very bad. So the first thing you need to avoid is stress. And it's a bit hard. It's not that easy to avoid stress, but you can avoid something else, which all football players, all the players in the world, all people who being champions can avoid this thing, which is distraction. If you go to the football stadium, you're gonna find some people who will scream, others who will, I don't know what they're gonna say. You're gonna find a lot of people there, thousands. But what you need to do, just avoid, because these are distractions. some people inside the room with you where you are doing your speech tries to distract you. For this, we said this thing you can do it. You can be indestructible. You can really be indestructible and very, very easy. And just let yourself do the work with the stress. But if you do the work with the stress and distraction, believe me, you'll do very bad. But how to do? I'm anxious. I'm stressed. Okay, I know what makes me stressed, but how to do? Like we said before, sorry, like we said before, don't let people distract you. Don't let anything distract you. When you are doing your speech, close your phone. Close your laptop if you don't need it, of course. Or let someone go to laptop in your place and change your slides. Don't let anything distract you. And try to be less stressful always. Because I did many talks. I did more than 200 talks. And what makes you feel bad? It's stress. If you let yourself be stressed and say, oh, what people are gonna think about me? For example, if I are talking about this talk right now, I'm someone which is English is not my first language. And to be honest, academically, I'm not very good in English. I do a lot of mistakes. People who are studying English right now watching this video, they know that I did a lot of mistakes till the moment. But I don't care because it's not my first language, and because I can know that 90% of the message I'm sending, people can receive and understand. That's what I need. I don't need more than that. I'm not going to write a book in English right now, for I care about what mistakes I'm doing. Or I'm not going to change the idea with one word. I'm just having my ideas, having my message, and I want to send it. I'm trying to send it with what I can. And I think this is enough. And that's what I do. I just try to avoid this stress. I just try to clean my mind, for I can think and focus about what I'm doing. I don't need to focus about this person inside the camera right now, what he's thinking or what he's saying. Or in the same time, I don't need to care about the person sitting in front of me and laughing. Why he's laughing? I don't care. In just some moments, you need to care. Okay, and it's later when you need to care, when you have people who are trying to make your confidence going bad or your talk going bad. But as of that, you really don't need to care about them. Don't need to care about nothing. Just focus and care about what you are doing. And one of the things that makes us anxious, and in the same time, one of the things that can give us self-confidence, it's the first 2 or 3 minutes. First 2 and 3 minutes till 5 minutes are the hardest minutes in the talk. For this, in Cambridge University, and if we talk about Cambridge methodology in public speaking, they have some methods, and one of them, which I love it very well, I really love it. It names gloss. What's the meaning of gloss? Gloss, it's a method that try always to use in the beginning of your talk, of your speech, especially if it's academically or semi-academic. We're not talking about people who are going to the short speaks about motivation or something like this. No, we are talking about the people who are really cares. People who cares a lot are the people who are trying to send a message and in information academically or semi-academically. For this, we use gloss, which contains 5 letters. First one is G, is get attention. First thing you need to do is get attention. How to get attention? Maybe by telling a story, giving a quote, saying just hi with a good way. It's getting attention. Means I'm here. I want to start. So listen to me. That's what I'm saying with the G, with the get attention. After it came link. If you remember, and try later to go in the begin the video, when I start, I give it a small statistic. And that research, the result of the research, that's the link, means I link this topic with something from the outside, sorry, from research, from statistic, from another story, from anything. Just try to link. After it, we talk about the objective. What's the objective of this conference? What's the objective of this video that I'm doing right now? After it, stimulate interest. The interest that you gotta have. If we're gonna talk about the objective of this conference, is to help people to speak in public. And what's the interest that you're gonna get is being less stressed, less anxious, more confident to start speaking in public. And finally, we have structure. Structure is what I said in the beginning too, is how I'm structuring my course, how I'm structuring my conference, how I'm structuring my talk, with what I'm gonna start and what I'm gonna finish, and what I will say in the middle. Gloss, you can use it like it is, like gloss, but you can change like you want. But the first thing still always G, means you can do GSSLO, GOLSS. You can change in the orders like you want, but the first thing, keep the G, because it's the more important to get people attention. When you use this method, you really gonna do great talk. Another way, I will share it with you, and this way I was using it. Okay, just let me tell you a bit of my background. In time before, I was a big fan of magic tricks, and I did magic scenes in front of people. And there is a difference between magic tricks in front of people and magic tricks in front of camera and magic tricks in front of your friends. It's not the same at all, because when you have a camera, you can play like you want. When you have your friends are in front of you, means they can see some things. But when you go in front of people, you need to do big tricks that people can watch, that people can see from far place. So after it, I was someone who searched a lot about magic tricks. I went and see the people who are doing magic tricks on scenes, which is one of the hard one. We're not going to talk about Chris Angel, for example, because he uses cameras. We're talking about big names like Houdini, for example. And they all use three tricks that makes your show very successful. First thing is start with the trick that you know very well. The trick that you know very well means if a mistake happened, you can recover it without being stressed or without feeling bad. And in the same time, what this is gonna do will give confidence to people. Means, oh, people will say he know what he do. He's good in what he's doing. Second thing is don't do the trick twice. But in talks, we don't do that. In talks, we do the opposite. In talks, what you know better or what you want people to know, try to say it more than one time, especially your main message. And third thing is finish with your biggest trick. Finish with the best information you have. Finish with the best advices you have. If we go to the first one, you can integrate it in the gloss. When you do your gloss, try to make it very well. If you can't start with what you know, know well with what you're gonna start. If I start with the gloss, I need to know all what I'm gonna talk about it. I need to maintain it very, very well. And that's a way. That's how you can at least start in front of public. Because the more hard one is when you start. And after starting and start talking to people, you're not going to feel bad. You just stress will be lower and lower and lower till you feel more confident. And don't focus about your past experience because you can't be a good speaker in one day. And of course, all good speakers was bad speakers in time before. And now, what we talked about, for this I didn't talk about this, is the preparation. How are you gonna prepare? Preparation, it's about 4 letters. P, C, P, T. And I wish to have some comments about this because I'm going to check the comments and see who can tell us what's the P, what's the C, what's the P, and what's the T. You're gonna give like 10 to 15 seconds to get the answers. So we are waiting for some answers. Maybe I can't see all comments, so I can just have some of them in the private chat if there is comments. Most of them are coming from YouTube. You don't need to make it true. Just say it. PC, PT. Oh, sorry, I can say that some of you can see the answer now. So, what's the PCPT? What's the first P? What do you think? P, preparation. No. T, time. Yes, T, time. Right. Okay, T, it's time. Still have 3. We have PCP. What's the first P? What's the second P? And what's the C? No, it's not planning. What's the P? What's the C? And what's the third P? Okay, T, it's time. We got it. We're waiting for the comments. Waiting for some answers. Pre-presentation. No, it's not. P-play. Nope. Okay, if there is no answers, I can tell you. That's first P. It's public. First P, it's public. It's your target audience. It's people, but you are going to speak in front of them. You're not going to speak of anyone, in front of anyone. And you're not going to speak in front of all the world. You're going to speak in front of specific target audience. If you are doing, for example, if you are doing a content about communication or about economy, for example, you are talking in front of people who are interested about economy. Of course, they come other people, but 80% of them will be people from who are interested about economy. That's true. After the P, well, sorry, we didn't finish with the P. In the P, what we need to know their interest, sometimes their age, and where they're coming from. Why we need where they're coming from? Because cultures are different. For this, in the international events, we can see something similar and standard. They don't try to be very, very special, because if they try to be special, maybe they will touch some communities. Maybe they will touch the feeling of some communities. For this, they just try to be in a regular and a normal and simple way. First thing, you need to know your public. After knowing your public, you're gonna go and do your content. You will do your content. It will be a lot of images, statistics, less text. Don't use text a lot. If I'm, for example, if you are seeing the screen right now and you can see that there is a lot of texts, you're not going to read at all. And maybe most of them will go out. Sorry, I'm bringing my charger. Most of them will go out because of what they're seeing. There is a lot of texts. But if I can see PC, PT, it's not that much. So don't use a lot of text. Don't use a lot of words. Use more images. Use more statistics. Use just simple and short words. That's in your content. Make content that most of people can understand. Make your content simple, very, very simple, as simple as you can. After it, we have place where I'm going to make my talk. Is it big stage, small stage, online, offline? I need to go and see this place before. At least I see an image of it. Or maybe I can have an information. If they're saying you're gonna have a conference in the university, university means something like auditorium. If they're saying you're gonna have a talk in small school means I will have small class. You need to know your place, for you can know how you're gonna prepare. If you have big venue, you're not going to use small letters. You need to use big letters for people can see and see it clearly. And the last thing going PC, PT, your public or your target audience, prepare the content you're gonna do, the you're going, and the time, how long you're gonna stay. And now, after talking about this, we're not going to talk a lot about body language, but why body language? Because a lot of people can read how you feel from your body language, from your hand position, from your face. So don't put your hand in your pocket. Don't cross your hands. Don't use your hands a lot, because using hands a lot, you are really stressed. Don't always stay using your hands. Some people don't stop using their hands. Stand in front of public. Never give your back to public. Never. It's a very big mistake. Never give your back to public. Try to look in their eyes. You need to train on eye contact. I'm not going to say, oh, you're gonna do it from the first time. You can't, but you will. By practice and training, you will. You can look into people's eyes without feeling fear, without feeling anxious. Maybe you're gonna feel better when you look in their eyes, when you're used to that. because looking in their eyes will tell you their feelings. And to be honest, I'm not feeling really comfortable online because I can't look in your eyes and know how you feel. I can't know that, oh, there's someone in the back there, he don't care about what I'm saying. Or there's someone there who laughed when I said this. I can't know that. Maybe I can know some information from the comments, but I can't know everything, sorry. For this, train about your body language, how to move your hands, how at least to let your hands express you or express what you are saying. For example, you can't say, we're gonna go down there and up here. Up it's here and down it's here. But just using my hand, your body language is something that people can understand, something that gives more meaning to your talk. And right now, after we know a bit and we got some information how to avoid stress, how to don't care about what people thinks about you, how to know what distracts you, and I can recommend something to you if you want to be less distractible. There is a book of Nir Eyal named Indestructible. You can read it. Nir Eyal, Indestructible. The book is with yellow cover. Try to read it. This is about social media, but when you read this book, you can know what's the meaning of indestructible, because you need to be indestructible. When you go in a room, don't care about all the environment. Care only about your message and your audience. You don't need to care about the person at the door. You don't need to care about the other persons who are staying down and eating. Try just to focus on your real audience that are listening to what you are saying. Then we want to just say some things about how to prepare and what you need to know at least before preparing. And this is just a first step for you to go to public speaking. You're not going to go to public speaking from first time and be good. It's just your first step. And now we're gonna go to the what next. Where should I go now? What should I do but after knowing this information? Right now, what personally recommend is try to learn something in this period. 2 weeks, for example, you can learn something, then go and publish that you are going to do a free course about the thing that you learned, or maybe something that you already know. You can go to LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, Twitter, publish that you are going to do a free course about this thing, or just a course overview about this thing. Then having that people, and try to don't have only people from your environment and your friends. Try to bring people outside of your friend zone, at least for you can feel a bit different with these people. Try to give them these information, and by this you're gonna learn how to manage time, how to prepare the presentation. You're gonna learn too how to talk in front of people and do it online. And after finishing, create a feedback and send it to them. What was my best thing? What was my worst thing? Where I did mistake? Try to integrate gloss inside it. Did I did gloss? Did I get your attention in the first minutes? Did I link it, my informations with a statistic or another information? Did I set the objective and stimulate the interest of this course? Did I wrote all the structure of my course? Try to take feedback from yourself and from your friends and from people who attended this. Don't wait it to be very, very good. Maybe it will be bad, but it will be an experience. And the experience after it will be better than this experience, of course. Right now, I wish that we can have some questions. If anyone can have a question, gonna try to answer it. Okay, I can see that there is a question about the name of the book. The name of the book, it's Indestructible. Indestructible. Wait, I will write it in the comment. Wait, I send it. Okay, I will send you the name of the book with the name of the writer. Oh, it seems that someone said we lose your voice. Can you hear me right now? Okay. Name of the book, it will be read it. Okay. Let me see, take a look to the questions. Okay, someone is talking about the memorization of your talk, right? Do the memorization is important? Yes. Sometimes it is, especially the part of the gloss. And when you are in your first times, when you are trying to be, means when it's the first time or your second time, try to memorize it. It's better, especially the first part. That's what I said. I said the gloss is very important. The first minutes are very important. And since it's important, you need to, especially for the beginners. Especially for the beginners. Okay, I said it and I will say it again. For beginners, yes, it's better to memorize it. Can we have some other questions? We're waiting for questions. And the book name, it's write it in the comments. Near Eel, Indestructible. So we're gonna take another question and we finish the session. Well, there's no question right now, right? I can't see. Okay, so we arrived to the end. Since we can't see any questions, who have another question, he can contact me on Twitter. My Twitter is here. Okay, how can we deal with audience questions? That's very, very good question. First thing, before talking about the audience questions, you need to know that there is different type of audience. There is a lot of type of audience. There is some audience who just came to watch because he loved watching other people. Others, they came to see how this person are presenting. Others are coming for information. Others are coming to say that I know better than you. So when you have a question, first thing, if you didn't understand the question or the question was hard for you, just ask to repeat it again, because maybe the way he asked wasn't very clear. If you don't know the question, there is no problem to say I don't know the answer. If you don't know the answer, just say it. I don't know the answer. It's not my field. I'm not specialist in that. And there's no problem in this. So don't care a lot about the question. If you don't know the answer, you don't know the answer. If you know, answer. If the answer wasn't clear, ask to repeat it. But before that, just try to go and do small research about type of public. There's a lot of type of people who are coming to listen to you. At least you can know what is this type, because sometimes you need to avoid answering, because this person don't need the answer. He already know the answer, but he want to show the people that you don't know anything, and that would makes you more stressed in that minute. So just don't answer, avoid it. Say, sorry, I can't answer this, or I said this answer in the presentation and you wasn't here with us. Okay, now we're gonna back to one name of the course. Name of the course, just go to idrak, the Arabic platform. A lot of you know it, idrak. What if you finish your presentation earlier? You have 1 hour, but you finish it in 15 minutes. Paula, like we said, before doing your presentation, you need to know your time. And making you anxious will make you, and stressed will make you speak very, very fast sometimes. Yes, it do. But the 1 hour, you can finish it in 15 minutes. Maybe you can finish it in 30 minutes. And you can just say, sorry, it's supposed to be 1 hour, but I finish it earlier because I speak very fast. So we're gonna go and say some points again, and the hardest points, we will say it again, and you go back to the hardest points and talk about it again. It's better to focus on how to start it, not how to finish it. How to start it, it's better, because how to start it, it will give you the self-confidence at least to finish it. Okay, about people who are looking for the link is in the comment. Go and fill the feedback form, or you can have the certificate later. Certificate will arrive to you for the email. Who have any question can text me on my Twitter. The video will be recorded. If anyone want to join, or anyone want to check it again, and we're gonna thank again the team who are doing this great sessions, and thanks to Mr. Salim and Umran. I can say thanks to all DBZs who are in this initiative, and they are working hard. Thanks to everyone for watching, and see you in other session inshallah. Salam alaikum.